Alright, so let's solve this problem where we have find the equation of the tangent line to the parabola, and we are given this function and we have this point over here, and we have to use this equation to solve the question. So we basically do is we have this function over here, x squared, right? So here f of a, that is our 1, and our point a is equals to 1. Okay, so we're simply going to replace it with 1 plus h minus 1 minus f of 1. So because we have to replace it with f of a, and our f of a happens to be, this is a and this is f of a, this happens to be 1. Okay, so we simply have to replace it by 1. And next we have an h, so limit as x approaches 0. So now we basically have to every time we see an x here inside the function, we need to replace it with 1 plus h, and we only have 1, so we simply have to replace it with 1 plus h. So now we're gonna go ahead and replace the function with 1 plus h, so 1 plus h squared minus 1 over h, and limit as x approaches 0. And this is basically like a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, remember from high school. So we're gonna apply this over here, so we're gonna get 1 plus 2h plus h squared negative 1 over h. Okay, and this is gonna cancel out, so 2h squared plus h squared over h, and now you should be able to factor your h, so you get 2 plus h over h, so h and h is gonna cancel out, and don't forget your limit, they're gonna carry. Okay, so limit as h approaches 0 of this function, so if you go ahead and put the limit, so this is gonna be 0, so your slope happens to be 2. So now that you got a slope, but this was not the question. The question was asking to find the equation, so the equation has to be in the form of mx plus b, right? And you just found the slope, you just found slope to be 2. So now you're given the point 1 1, so you only have to plug this point 1 plus b, and you have the y value as 1 as well. So now let's try to find the b. So the b value that we get is sorry, this has to be a 2 because we have to multiply the slope, so 2 times 1, that's a 2. Okay, and then we have to subtract from there, so then our b happens to be negative 1, so then it has to be y equals to 2x negative 1. This is the slope of the tangent line. Okay, so now let's move on to the second question. So I have the second question over here, and by the way, this question over here that we just solved, I solved it using this equation, but in my previous video I have shown you guys this equation as well. Okay, this equation as well, limit as x approaches a. So you can basically use this equation as well to solve this question. It's gonna give you the same answer. For all the questions that we'll solve, you'll basically can solve with either of them, but I'd suggest to use this one because this one involves less factoring, to be honest. So yeah, stick to this one, it's better. Alright, so moving on to our second question we have is to find the equation of the tangent line to the hyperbola y equals to 3 over x at the given point. So we basically gonna write the formula again. Okay, now once we have the formula, what do? We have our a and a, so this is our a, this is our f of a, so we simply have to plug into the formula. So we have our a as 3 plus h minus f of a, that is our 1 over h, and limit as x approaches h. So now we have to plug inside our function 3 plus h. Okay, so we have to plug inside of our function 3 plus h, and then we have a negative 1. Okay, and then we have an h, and we have limit as h approaches 0. Okay, so how are you going to even solve this? So what you have to do is basically you first have to get rid of this 3 plus h, this fraction that you see over here, and to get rid of this you're simply going to multiply this with the same thing. Okay, but since you have to multiply with the same top and bottom, okay, not only the top, so top and bottom we're going to multiply with the same thing, so this is going to cancel out, and now we have this at the bottom as well. So then we have here 3 minus 1 at the top, Why did I write plus 3? Oops, wait. It's not working for some reason. Okay, so my pen wasn't working for some reason. I was not able to select the eraser. Alright, so it's working now. So we have here 3 minus h over here, and at the bottom what do we have? At the bottom we have 3h plus h squared. Okay, so we have this over here, and our 3 and 3 is going to cancel out, so we're only left with negative h over 3h plus h squared. Now we can go ahead and factor in h. So you see at the top we already had an h, so this would be limit as h approaches 0. Okay, and we are factoring in h, so we're left with 3 plus h, and after factoring, what do we get? We get 3 plus h at the bottom. So if we go ahead and plug the limit in, we should get 1 over 3, and there's a negative as well, so negative 1 over 3. This is our slope. And what was the point given to us? So the point that was given to us was 3, 1. Okay, so the point given to us was 3, 1. So if we go ahead and do mx plus b, our slope is negative 1 over 3. We have a point with 3 plus b. We have the value of the y as 1, so this is going to cancel out. So then our b is equals to positive 2. We can just say 2. So the equation is going to be negative 1 over 3x plus 2. Okay, and now let's move on to the third question. Okay, so let's solve this third question over here, and the third question asks us to find the f prime of x. So f prime of x means the derivative of x. Okay, so before we were finding the slope of the tangent line, now we have to find a function which gives us the slope of the tangent line. Okay, so derivative is basically finding the function which gives us the slope of tangent line, because at a curve you could have like any tangent line, and it should be able to give you the slope at any tangent line. Alright, so let's go ahead and find the f prime of x. So f prime of x, the function the formula to find f prime of x is basically f of fx plus h minus f of x over h, and we have limit as h approaches 0. Okay, so we're going to replace the x here with f of h plus x plus h. Okay, and so we have this, and then we have is f of x. So f of x is simply square root of x, and at the bottom we have an h. Okay, so limit as h approaches 0. Now how are we going to solve this function? So we have to use a conjugate. Remember conjugates? So for conjugates, basically what you have to do here is x plus h, you're going to have the same thing, but here you're going to have a positive. Okay, so positive x. So here we're going to have the same thing, but there we're gonna have a positive x, and we're going to multiply the top and bottom with the same thing. Now if you go ahead and multiply this, so for the conjugate, the only thing that you have to remember that if you go ahead and multiply this, so you're going to be left with a minus b, okay, at the end if you go ahead and multiply two conjugates. But if you want, you can pretty much do the long way as well. So let's go ahead and do the long way. So if we go ahead and do this, so we are multiplying this by this, so it's like you're multiplying this, you have something like this, and you have to multiply with something like this. So if you multiply x and x, that becomes as x squared, and because you have square root at both sides, okay, so square and square root gonna cancel out, you're only left with an x. Okay, so that is basically it. So you're going to be only left with x plus h, and there you're gonna have a positive square root of x multiplied by a positive x plus h, and then we have a negative square root of x times x plus h. So you see here the positive and the negative is the same thing, so they're gonna cancel each other out, and here we're gonna be left with negative x, because again the square root and square, they're gonna cancel each other out, and again the x and the negative x, they're gonna cancel out, so you're only left with h at the top, and at the bottom you have is the same thing. Oops, that was a plus. Okay, so at the bottom you have this, but at the top you're only left with an h. Okay, and you have limit as h approaches 0. So now you're able to factor out, you have your h as factored, right? You have at the top only h, and here you already have an factored h, so you can cancel out the h and h. Now once you cancel out an h, you're only left with x plus h plus square root of h, right? Now the only thing that you have to do is plug your limit in, and but the h is already cancelled out, so you're only left with this equation over here. So if you go ahead and plug this, that h is already cancelled, but you have an h over here, right? So that if you make that equals to 0, so you're only left with square root of x, and then you have another plus square root of x, so that would leave you 1 over 2 square root of x. Okay, so that is basically the equation that it gives you to find the slope. So this is your f prime of x. So now to find the slope, we're simply going to plug in the point that was given to us. So the point that was given to us was 4 and 2. So 4 and 2 as the x value, and that was for the y value. So for the x value, we're gonna go ahead and plug in 4. Okay, so if we go ahead and plug in 4 over here, so we get a 1 over 4 as the slope. Okay, so we get 1 over 4 as the slope, so we have y equals to mx plus b. So we have 1 over 4 multiplied by 4 plus b, and we have our y value as 2. So this 4 is going to cancel out, so our y value is basically going to be a 1. So our b, okay, so then we have our equation as 1 over 4x plus 1. Okay, so this question is solved. Let's move on to the fourth one. Okay, so now we have to solve this question over here. Okay, so this is the last problem that we have before we move on to the next topic. Okay, so here we again have to find the g prime of t. Okay, so we are given this function g, and we have to find the g prime of t. So that would be like a similar thing that we have to do. Okay, so here for example we have to we use this one, right? X plus h minus f of x over h. So we're basically using the same equation over here, but simply replace the x with t and f with g, because the function name is g. Okay, so the same thing we have to do is basically replace this with the t plus h, and here we have a squared over here, and then minus 1 over t squared over h as limit as h approaches 0. Okay, so here first of all what do we have to do here is we have to multiply, because we're trying to get rid of this and this both. Okay, and since we're trying to get rid of both of them, so we'll multiply with both. Okay, so t plus h t plus h squared, sorry, not squared, yeah, squared, because it was squared. Okay, and then we're also going to multiply with t squared. Okay, so we're going to multiply this equation with this one. So what's gonna happen is that for this one, this is going to be cancelled out, and you're only going to be left with t squared over here. Okay, so you're only gonna be left with t squared here, and what's gonna happen here is that this is going to cancel out, and here you're only going to be left with t minus t plus h squared. Okay, so this is what's gonna happen, and at the bottom you have to multiply with the same thing. So whatever you multiply at the top, you have to do at the bottom as well, right? So at the bottom you will only have the same thing left. Okay, so this is what we have. Okay, so this is what we have over here. So what's gonna happen here is that you see you have a negative here, so you basically have to multiply this negative inside. Okay, and before that we have to factor this one out. So this is like a squared minus 2ab plus b squared, right? So I'm just gonna make this thick. Okay, minus, oh, that negative is gonna stay over there, and what you have to do is like 2ht plus h squared. Okay, and then we have t squared over here, and at the bottom we basically have h, and this t squared you can basically put it inside. Okay, here. And now you can go ahead and multiply with this negative t that you have. So t squared negative t positive 2ht plus negative 8 squared, and this is going to cancel out, so you're only gonna be left with ht squared, and you have t plus h squared of t. Okay, and what do you see? You see you can factor it out the h over here, right? Yeah, so if we go ahead and factor out an h, so you're left with 2t minus h, and at the bottom you have the t squared, let's say it's like that, and t plus h squared. So now you can go ahead and cancel out the h's, so now you can simply put your limit inside once the h's are cancels out. So once you go ahead and put your limit inside, so you get 0 here, and you get t squared, and here you get t plus 0 squared. Okay, so what do you end up getting at the bottom? So t squared, and then you have here a t squared as well. So then that is 2t to the power of 4. So that could be our answer. If you want to further simplify it, it's up to you, but that should be it. And yeah, that was a negative, so I think I made just a little mistake over here. So if this was a negative, so then this has to be a negative. Okay, so negative 2ht, right? So then here it has to be a negative and negative, so that your answer is going to be a negative. Okay, so we are done with this g prime of t, right? And we didn't have to find the slope of the equation of the tangent line, right? Only g prime of t. Alright, so we're now moving on to the new topics, and now we're finally going to find the derivatives without using any limits. Okay, so this time we are not using any limits whatsoever. We only have to focus on derivatives for now on. So let's go ahead and do some problems on that.